Good morning. Happy hump day, everybody. I want to get right to the comments this morning because we have a lot of folks here that tune in and watch the coffee sessions that live up there in Michigan. So I wanted to see if we can get word on what's going on up there. I know Jim Senecola lives right around where them dams burst yesterday, and I see he's marked himself safe on Facebook. So, but I don't know anything other than that. Let's see who we got here. Dwayne, good morning, sir. Cornwall, Ontario. We got Larry Gault. Good morning, peeps, he says. Summer continues, 7-day rain ahead starting Friday. Oh, man. Troy Pritchard. Prayers going out to Jim Senecola this morning. 2 dams broke in Midland, Michigan last night. Yeah. They were showing some photos and stuff on the news this morning. And didn't look too good up there. Steve Gronsky, 57 going to 74. Thumbs up. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I do too. Let's see here. It says Jim is in that flood area. Thoughts and prayers for Jim. Troy says Jim and his wife are at their sons on higher ground, hoping that they can go and survey the damage later. Are their sons in the somewhere nearby and close to them, or did they have to go a long ways? Let's see, Earl Walker's here this morning. How you doing, Earl? Wilson Rubottom's here. Good morning, Wilson. Let's see, Hitch Hamilton is here. 72 headed 85. Pop-up showers. Yeah, it's looking pretty yucky out there today. I think we had some rain overnight and it moved on out, but now it's just yucky and very, very cool out there. So let's see. Mike Reynolds is here. Good morning, Mike. Just got finished with a virtual doctor's appointment. All right. Yeah, tell us about how those work. No details or nothing, but spare us the details. But I'm just wondering how that works, or anybody else that's had one. Bob Sims says good afternoon from the UK. How you doing, Bob? Good to see you. Got a little bit of history here. It says, on this day, 1927, at 7:40 a.m., Charles Lindbergh takes off from New York to cross the Atlantic for Paris aboard the Spirit of St. Louis, first nonstop flight. Thank you for sharing that little bit of history there. It says, let's see if Dave got a haircut. Well, obviously I did not. And I thought I'll just do my own. I've done it before. But I got busy doing other stuff, and nobody's going to see me anyway other than you guys. So it doesn't really matter what I look like, I guess. Never cared about that much anyway. I see Leo Steger's here. Says, good morning, happy hump day. Remember to keep Jim in your prayers. Indeed, we will do it. Janet's here. Good morning, everybody, she says. Oh, wait a minute. Mike said, oops, hit send too quick. Going to the doctor. That way is great. Okay, good. Good. That's one thing I never did like is because about the only time I go to the doctor is when I'd go for the yearly physical thing, all the good fun stuff. And I always hated going just because you go in the waiting room, there's people coughing and sneezing. And, it's not like I'm a germaphobe or anything, but it's like, here I am healthy and I go in there, I probably come out of there sick because of that. But I just don't like that. I'd rather course, they can't do some of that stuff virtually, I guess. So, yeah, probably we'll be able to someday. Let's see. Let's see here. There's Gary Hammett. Gary Hammett Wood Creations. How you doing, Gary? Good to see you. Let's see. Trying to see who. Okay, Mike says, doctors back to making house calls. What goes around comes around. Yeah, that's interesting. Neil says, good morning, Dave and Coffee Crew from sunny Germany. Good morning to you, Neil. Hope you're doing well. Bob Sims confirms, no haircut. Let's see. Janice says, thank God Jim is safe. Hope everyone else is as well. Yeah. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Try to be optimistic. But man, the pictures they showed, that's a lot of water. Got to go somewhere. And I'm glad him and his wife and all got out. All that other stuff can be replaced. So let's just see. Doug says, headed to get some labs done, just normal stuff. Okay. Is this, I won't ask you. None of my business. I hope everything goes well, Doug. Dwayne says, is Troy and Christina okay? Well, I don't know. Troy was on here. He just said something, so I guess he's okay. He was one of the earlier comments. Dave Mack says, morning, squeezing in a walk with Jax before the rain starts here in the mountains. Good. Let's see here. Charles Steed's here. Paul Camp says, no flooding here, but the farther north you go, it starts to get pretty soggy. Yeah. Let's see here. David from Portal Woodworks is here. Good morning, David. How are you? Paul Camp says it's a video chat between you and your doctor. Yeah, I guess they can't do. I guess you could hold up something and show it in front of the camera, but there's still not much they can do, I guess, virtually. Steve says, had a doctor appointment yesterday. It's like Skype video. You see each other and are able to speak. So you're basically just having a little meeting with a doctor then, I guess. Or do you have to stick your tongue out and say "I" at the camera real close? I don't know. Yep, and all the water runs downhill south. Yeah. They were talking when they were showing pictures on it wasn't the local news, but whatever channel I had it on this morning. They were talking about how eventually that could all end up flooding some other areas, a few states away. So, like you say, it all runs downhill. Bob says he only just seen the floods. Hope everyone is okay. Yeah, I think that happened late yesterday afternoon or evening or something like that, I think. Because I saw Jim, one of the posts he put on Facebook, I don't remember what time it was, but he said that he wouldn't be able to make the coffee sessions because of that. He was having to get out of Dodge, I guess. Let's see, is George H.R. in that area? I know, I don't see him on the chat either. He's from Michigan somewhere. I'm not sure exactly. Troy says, we are okay, just damp and soggy here. Doug says, annual physical. Okay, all right. Well, show them what a fine specimen you are, Doug. Mary Mallory's here. Good morning, Mary. Good to see you here. And also, Mary, I might ask, did you see the question I put in the Facebook group yesterday? You might want to check that out. Let's see. Mike Reynolds says, went to the office Monday, had labs drawn, stayed in vehicle till they called me and had appointment for 8:30 FaceTime call. Just combed my hair and was ready, t-shirt and all. All righty. Okay. All right. Well, just like that, we're caught up with the comments. But yeah, really got that fun stuff on my mind, especially after seeing all those pictures this morning. It did not look good. But I'm glad to hear that Jim has checked in on Facebook and made it to higher ground with his sons there. And hope everything else works out okay for him. Oh, man, I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed with the Facebook trolls. I posted, I post something, not all the time, but a lot of times I'll post some silly meme or something. And I posted one this morning. According to Facebook, it was an hour ago. It might have been a little longer than that. And if you've seen it, you know what it says. But so far, it's been on there over an hour. And not one Facebook troll says, hey, that's not the right grammar. That's because somebody always points that out. And I know there's the wrong word in there, but I didn't write it. I figure people get the gist of it and it makes sense. So I copied it and shared it on there. But so far, nobody has. Usually somebody goes, well, that doesn't make sense because you got the wrong word in there. Like I did. That thing's been around for weeks probably. But anyway, I'm just a little disappointed that no trolls have called me out on that yet. But I'm sure they will before the day's over with. Guess I'm not officially a Gattoneer yet. Well, you got to be getting close. I'm sure you're getting close, Mary. I just, that thing has made me realize that my little Facebook question that I put over there, because I think so far, let me go look. I think so far just 2 people have commented. Let's see. There's 4 comments. Okay, yeah, so 3. Well, Andrews doesn't count. Yeah, so Becca, Carrie, and Wendy. So that tells me that we need to get more ladies involved in CNC stuff. That's what I'm thinking. All right, let's see here. Ryan Ballard's here, my favorite solar guy. Says, morning, everyone. Missing the show today. I'm actually working on a roof. Well, that's an excellent reason to miss the show because you're working. That is fantastic. Have a great day, Mr. Ballard, and be safe up there on those roofs. All righty. Let's see. Yeah, Troy says the grammar police. Yeah. Well, if you look at it, Troy, now you might not notice the first time you read it because, that's the way people are. You have something wrong in there and you don't notice it right away. And then after you look at it, it's like, oh, yeah, that's not right. It should be this word. But Neil's got an anniversary of sorts. He said it was 5 years ago this month that I finished his Sidewinder. And by Sidewinder, he means his shoestring budget CNC that somehow got tagged as a sidewinder. Yeah, I know what you mean, Mary. I've been trying to do videos and stuff, and the orders I've been getting have prevented me from just doing play stuff, which I'm not complaining about. That's a good thing. So, and she spent a week in Georgia visiting family. Oh, well, you didn't come by and see me. What part of Georgia did you go to? You might have been close to me. Let's see. Hey, I got some big news too, folks. Are y'all sitting down? Yesterday, what the heck is that coming in here? John, yeah. Yesterday, the mailman brought me an envelope of stimulation. Can you believe it? I don't know when all that first started, but mark it down. May 19th, Dave got stimulated. So now I have to go make one of my 1 or 2 yearly trips to the bank and deposit that before they change their mind. All right, I got another question too. Even though we may not realize it, Memorial Day is sneaking up on us. At least it's sneaking up on me. These days and weeks that have gone by with all this Corona jazz. Half the time I don't even know what day it is. If it wasn't for doing this coffee session thing every weekday, when I go to post schedule the thing, I have to say, okay, yesterday, let's see what day is it. And I look at my calendar and make sure I don't put the wrong day or the wrong date. So it's, it's sneaking up on us. So, and I know for a lot of us, the 3-day weekend, used to get you excited, but it probably doesn't so much anymore because we're home all the time now anyway. But what are your plans? What are you going to do? I mean, you're going to try to cook out, or it's Memorial Day weekend has always been my favorite weekend of the year, and it won't be this year, but the one reason why it's always my favorite is because it's like a nonstop, or used to be a nonstop racing weekend. You'd have the Grand Prix. They had some Grand Prix, F1 racing, I guess I should say, going on early in the morning. And then you got the Indy 500, which for me has always been a tradition to sit around the TV and watch all the pre-race festivities and stuff, all the pageantry and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, watch that race. And then later on, you had the, I don't know what they call it these days, but the Coca-Cola 600 is what it used to be at Charlotte. So, you just watch racing all day long. And that's one of the reasons that it's my favorite weekend. But, of course, you always see the good with NASCAR and with the Indy 500 too. They always have a, I don't know how to say it, but they always, kind of remind you what really the weekend's about. It's not about, cookouts and hot dogs and all that stuff, which are fun to do. But, it's about all the falling and stuff like that. So, but yeah, all that stuff's being canceled. I don't know. I think NASCAR's running something at Charlotte, but I tried to watch some of that last week. Where were they? Dover, I guess. And it's just boring. I mean, and the fan, even if they'd had fans in the stands, it wouldn't have made it any better. But NASCAR's just, I don't know what the deal is with them. But you see me keep looking over here to the side. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking at my screen that has my security cameras. You know, it flashes between cameras every 5 seconds or something. And for the past 2 or 3 days, and I noticed it particularly yesterday because I spent a lot of time sitting here designing something, working on the computer, and I kept seeing something out of the corner of my eye. But there's this stupid bird, and he's going nuts on my Explorer out there. I don't know what. And I walked out there yesterday evening, took the broom, and I'm like, let me, because I think he's trying to build the nest right on the hood of the car. Here he is. He's right there. He's crazy. I don't know what he's doing, but he will not stay off my car. And of course, there's all over the mirrors and stuff. And craziest thing I've ever seen. All right. Let's see here. Paul says, parades have been canceled, but we will gather with family for a cookout. Good. Bill Larison's here. Says he's late again. That's okay. Bob Sims says, just watch the replay of the 2011 Canadian Formula One Grand Prix. Okay. Memorial Day, yeah. Let's see. Rob Shuster says, wow, I thought I was the only F1 fan in America. Yeah. I've watched those before, but that's not, again, that racing is boring most of the time. All those, obviously road courses and stuff, but very limited passing and stuff. And it's like, if somebody doesn't break down or wreck, it's hard to get around them. So, anyhow, Matt, all things YouTube Haas says, hi, at the Dave Gatton Coffee Station. My meeting ended, so I'm here. Yeah. Looking forward to verbose Wednesdays. I've got my reminder set, and I will be there trolling in the chat. So be warned, Matt Haas. I will be there. Unless, of course, I forget, and then I'll have to watch it on the replay again. Last time I caught it, I think you guys were just getting ready to go off when I saw about the last 2 minutes, and then I ended up watching the rest of it on the replay on YouTube when he posted it. Austin spent millions for the F1 track, and it closed for good last year. Yeah. Yeah. It just hasn't made it real big here in the U.S., I guess. F1 cars cost 200 times more than Indy cars at $3 million. Yeah. Well, the F1 car to me is like an airplane with upside down wings, because there's like so much technology and just the money that's in those things is amazing. Yeah. Tom says the dollars ruin NASCAR. Yeah, that'll ruin a lot of things. Paul says, speaking of security video, do you have a cam to monitor your CNC? As a matter of fact, Paul, let me move you guys over here to this monitor. And let's see if I can find my thing. I will show you what I see sitting at this. Let's see if I can get it big. Okay. Now let me share my screen. There's what I see sitting from right here. And I can also, I think, well, this I've actually got on my computers here, but the monitor that I actually look at is just to my right over here. And what I do is when I'm watching it, like currently, the system is set up where I have like 5 cameras and it changes every 5 seconds. But what I do is when I'm back here watching the machine, I go to the, I don't know if I can, let's see if I can do it here. I don't know if it will let me do it or not. No, it didn't show up here. But I can actually stop it and make it just show camera 5, which is my shop camera. And then I can zoom in. So like you can see on my Gatton, I've got, besides a lot of junk sitting on there, I've got my rotary axis. And so I can actually zoom in. And I think, let's see if I can, oh no, that didn't do it. Now I got to figure out how to get that back. This thing right here is in the way. Let's see if this, nope, that didn't do it. I thought maybe there might be a way to zoom in on it with this, but I guess not. But anyway, that's what I see. Now I'll move you guys back over here. Uh-oh. May crash the system here. There we go. All right, so that's, no, they are not wireless, Paul. They are, I tell you what it is. It's a cheap Harbor Freight. The brand is Cobra, and it, I bought it from Harbor Freight. I can't remember what it was. It was $1.99 or something like that before the coupons and all that stuff. And it's an 8 DVR thing, but it comes with 4 cameras, and then you can add additional cameras. But it's I didn't want Wi-Fi. I have another little camera that's Wi-Fi, and it's real. You don't get, there's like a lag. So if something happens, and because I wanted to watch the machine, if something happens, it might be, you think you're just seeing, oh, something's going wrong, but it may have happened 30 seconds ago. So, but this is pretty much real time, but it's just got long cables. Runs off, there's a little power supply where all the cameras, I think, run on 12 volts. And I just got up under my crawl space and ran stuff and came out that way. I have one on my porch pointing at actually it's back here in the corner, but it's pointing at the front door so I can see when, all my packages arrive and stuff. And I got one on the corner of the garage that shoots down the driveway. That's the one where I see the crazy bird. And I have a couple out back pointing toward the backyard so I can keep an eye on the dogs when I let them out there. But yeah, they work pretty good. Cheap Harbor Freight. Janet Moore says, tying an aluminum foil pie pan to your mirrors on your Explorer. Birds don't like it when the wind blows. I'm going to have to do something. You know what? I probably should have showed y'all the crazy bird. Let me move y'all back over here again. I'll bring that thing back up. And we'll watch that crazy bird. Okay, let's see, I got to share it here. All right. And you'll get to see. Okay, can you see him? He's on the mirror now. Now he's on the truck. Now he goes back to the Explorer. Now see right there, he keeps going back and forth, up on top, over to the truck. I mean, it's all day long he's doing that. And he's right there around the windshield wipers, now back up there. I don't know what he's doing other than pooping on everything. And that's starting to get a little old. Oh, I just realized I wasn't sharing yet, was I? Oh, there we go. Here I'm giving you the play-by-play, and I didn't even click the final button. But yeah, there he is. Stupid bird climbing around. He keeps hanging right around that thing, and I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to do something to try to run him off. And there you can see I did set my trash out this morning, hitch. So got the trash guy has not come yet though. They're running behind, but it says put some peppermint extract on your cars. They don't like it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I thought I was screen sharing. I hadn't hit the final button. My bad. But yeah, there's my crazy bird. And he did that all day yesterday while I was sitting here working, because I was sitting here looking at this screen, and so it was real easy for me to glance a little bit farther to the right and see the security camera screen, and he was doing that all day. He had to be wore out by the time he got done, whatever he was doing. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I think I've talked about everything I was going to. Like I say, I got to go to the bank now. And I got to go to Tractor Supply. Jack's about eating us out of dog food again. So got to go buy another 100 pounds of that. All righty. Well, y'all have a great day. I hope that we'll hear more from Jim Senecola. And I also hope we hear from George Rothfuss too, because usually he either shows up here somewhere, either on Facebook or YouTube. So George, if you watch this after the fact, please leave a comment somewhere so that we know you're okay. All right, guys, have a good Wednesday. Stay safe, and we'll try to do this again tomorrow morning. Everybody have a good one. See y'all.